Hi, this is Paul from Kiln Frog. Today we're going to talk about peepholes and peephole plugs and what they're used for. Most of our ceramic kilns have peepholes and peephole plugs, but a lot of people ask us, when do I use the plugs out and when do I use the plugs in? Why do the kilns have peepholes? What is their purpose? Back in the old days, when kilns were manually controlled, the peepholes were used to view the witness cones that people put in their kilns to tell when the kiln reached temperature, and then they would shut the kiln off. Now with digital controllers, the controller takes care of all of that. So peepholes are really used for venting the kiln, but they don't need to be out all the time. Peepholes are also in ceramic kilns for the most part. So if you're doing a bisque firing and you have clay that's still a little damp, you might want to take the peepholes out of the kiln and let the kiln fire up to about 1,000 degrees and let that excess moisture get out of the kiln through the peepholes, and then put the plugs back in for the rest of the firing. You can also do that if you're doing a ceramic glaze firing, because sometimes the pieces that you've glazed haven't fully dried and there's still some moisture in the pieces that you want to get out before you start ramping up to the top temperature. I personally usually leave my peephole plugs in my kiln for all of my firings, but occasionally if I have clay that I haven't let fully dry when I'm doing my bisque firing, I'll take the peephole plugs out for the beginning of the firing and then I'll put them back in. So peepholes and peephole plugs aren't as important as they used to be, and we even have some manufacturers that don't put them in their kilns anymore because most people don't use them. But that's what their purpose is, and that's how they're used. Hope you enjoyed the video.